the previous album review we did with Doves, and the overarching idea of coming back to rock music and coming back to old forms of music with new vision is kind of playing out in the real world in a lot of different aspects. The first one is a note that
This
currently
makes me
so far
very
in
happy.
2020, vinyl sales have surpassed CD sales for the first time in 34 years.
Makes me
Um,
extremely happy. I fucking love vinyl.
we're still only half through the middle of 2020, but vinyl record sales accounted for $232 million of music
Jeez.
sales
Wow.
in the first 6 months, and CDs have brought in 130 million. So that's $100 million
Wow.
more
It's crazy.
in the first 6 months. So a very interesting year for
For
buying
vinyl,
things and for
yeah.
music and for
Because
vinyl especially.
vinyl had so many issues anyways because some of the processing plants were burned and other ones were shut down for so long, but the demand is up, which is
Yeah,
awesome to see. Because I think
not to be.
not to be hipster Sean, but certain music needs to be listened to on a vinyl to completely experience it. There are other songs are fine, like other tracks are fine, pieces, whatever you want to call them, are fine with headphones and or in cars. But there are certain works that need to be in vinyl because there are little hidden things within there that you can't hear and don't come out as well in an MP3 file
Yeah,
of it.
because
So
you just compress
you just compress it exactly.
music into these small files that are easy and useful to stream, and you get like 95% of the way there. It's like how the raw version of this video looks amazing, but
YouTube compresses it
a little
exactly.
bit. Yeah, it's still clear and in 4K, and you can see it, but it's not quite as clear as like the actual version that Sean and I are watching right now
Yeah,
live.
exactly.
Like, it just happens with vinyl. So yeah, it's definitely good. I've heard the difference. Vinyl record players and all those things are going up too, so it's good that market still exists.
And it's good for certain artists.
Yeah, it's definitely good for artists right now because they need to monetize. And why not?
And vinyl is one of the best ways for them to monetize in that regard.
Yeah,
So,
I love having like album covers and album art as
yeah,
art, so it's perfect.
we have a couple. I have about 15 vinyls. I need to figure out where the hell to put them now.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then this is very interesting.
Yes, because we always like to end Audioface on a fun note, and this has been very much like callback check-in. What is this podcast doing? Are we talking shit for an hour every weekend, or are we actually making sense? And remember talking about a store where we're like, wow, there are not many guitars being sold, like lower than ever before.
This was like maybe 2-3 years ago.
I feel like this could have even been a year or a year and a half
Maybe
ago.
even a year. Yeah, I can see that.
Or basically like Fender and Gibson were like, and Guitar Center all were like,
Well,
no
so
one's
many
buying.
guitar centers were going out of business.
Yeah.
And it sucked because I needed to get some equipment and other things. I'm like, God damn, where do I go now? And now they just played a Uno reverse card, and Fender is going to sell more guitars in 2020 than any other year in history. Also, Gibson, Taylor, and Martin have also seen upticks in their sales and stuff, which I accommodated to a couple of things. One, Gen Z loves guitars.
Because the Zimmer instrumentalists love guitars.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out Biba Doobie for like single-handedly putting
like I don't well
at least 10%.
Well, you know, Biba Doobie, I actually say it right for now. She partnered with Fender. She did a whole thing with Fender to get in because it's this thing with Gen Z that they, again, as I talked about Mount Nauseam again, is they really like grunge music, a lot of other things where it's guitar based. And they've been buying a lot more instruments, and it's very popular in the scene. And then the other thing is the pandemic. People like picking up hobbies. So right now, the other industry that is booming, which I also love to see, is the bicycle industry. Is like you can't buy. Like I finally fucking bought a mountain bike because I've been wanting a mountain bike for years. Because since I'm retired from pro racing, I don't need a $15,000 bike anymore, and I can ride mountain without my coach yelling at me. It took me almost a month and a half to find a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Which before I would walk in and there would be like every single different model and almost like 6 different sizes. I'm like, cool, I can almost always pick one up. I'm like, whoa, 2 reasons. A, factory shut down, and B, everybody's trying to pick it up to get exercise. So it's the same thing with guitars where a lot of people have been getting them for to learn.
Yeah, I've seen this with a lot of hobbies. Like I was just the other day like, oh, I should really get Sean a webcam so he can do Audioface and Power Report from his not iPad. And and the best webcams
builders are crazy.
PC builders are crazy, but like the best webcams, like the one I would get you, just like the snowball mics, like, oh, that's the easiest one. I don't have to think about it and it'll work all the time. It's indefinitely back ordered.
Holy crap.
Like Logitech can't pipe them out fast enough.
Jesus
it's just like
Christ.
Everyone needs, I mean, obviously for Zoom and like quals and all these different things, but like podcasting equipment, I have to use this very hacky way to get my camera to work with my computer because the Streamlink thing that you plug in is back ordered indefinitely.
Oh my God.
So yeah, back to this, the Fender Play app, which was this like instructional thing that was launched in March, and I think had like a free trial for a bit. Saw its user base is almost about 1 million users.
Holy
as
crap!
far as late June, it's at 930,000, and 20% of those new users were under the age of 24. 70% of them were under the age of 45. So this is largely being led by a whole new generation of hobbyists, people who like have a guitar inside. Yeah, but yeah.
Gives you appreciation. It could make you all jealous. I have my original 92 Fender Telecaster Plus, which I am never, ever getting rid of because Dad somehow found one for $800. Right before the pandemic.
Yes.
Oh, so sweet pandemic money.
My dad has a 1960s Music Man guitar, the classic like blue ones.
The blue, yeah.
Yeah, with the like, it almost feels like a Fisher Price toy, the material, because it's like kind of bumpy almost, but it's really high quality and just sounds like a dream. I've got to make sure he does not touch that in any way possible because I would like that bass very much.